everyone, hello, and welcome back to the Halloween horror Spooktacuganza. My name is Crazy Mike, and this is Crazy Mike's discount videos where your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. This is World of Horror, which is actually my second time trying to record this. As some of you know, I have been having problems getting this done. I've had encoder errors with OBS. I've had just OBS crashing where it's just recording the audio. It's been a fun little adventure here trying to get this to work. I think I've got it fixed. We'll see here in a second. What's a good, fun 5-letter word? Yeah, it's fucky. It's very fucky. There we go. I'm just enjoying the music right now. Difficulty. I'm gonna go ahead and initiate. Just because this isn't supposed to be a show of my skill. None of my videos are a show of my skill because I am garbage at video games. But we'll see. Disillusioned with the medical care you know you'll need to pay up. So I actually really like this because it gives me a paper that I can just discard for 20 free experience. And that is just amazing. Oh yeah, that drawer. This one here. Bumps. Oh, I received an empty bottle. It's a nice day outside. I don't see anything weird. Alright. Get me some bonus experience right off the bat. You can watch TV, but I'm not going to. We are just diving right into a mystery. What have we got? I don't like any of these. I guess it's been a while since I've done this one. Let's do this. You've received an official-looking letter. What does a law firm from Tokyo want with you? We regret to inform you of the passing of our client and your granduncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil as per the client's request. There's an address and the list of people expected to arrive. You don't recognize any of the names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst thing that could happen? Following the directions from the letter, you slowly fight your way through the overgrown forest path. The old mansion looks like it was torn down and rebuilt many times, but where is everybody? The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. Suddenly, a stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. Noticing the arcane symbols painted on the stone, you take a step closer. I'm gonna just retreat from the room. A pair is standing next to a window. The man is muttering something to himself while his wife is observing you with her unnaturally bulgy eyes. The body is laid in the master bedroom. You should pay him your respects. looks like one of the previous owners of this mansion liked to read. Dusty tomes reach the ceiling. You don't have much time, but maybe you could spare some to look through the books. The books are covered with a thick layer of dust. However, you notice that one tome must have been placed here recently. From it, you learn about distant worlds and bizarre rituals. A pair standing next to a window. The man is muttering something to himself while his wife is observing you with her unnaturally bulgy eyes. You didn't get this with a letter. Here, you can have mine. Young woman wrinkles her nose when she notices you. You can swear you've seen the symbol engraved on her necklace before. Let's not pretend like we want to be here. Vigil pamphlet. 9 p.m. Start of the vigil. 10 p.m. Pray over the body. Clap bow, clap bow. Ooh. Hello, it's 11:36. I missed it, I guess. Or not. Oh, that's my time. Okay. So I did do the thing. Nice. Okay, so I got the prayer done. 11 p.m. Light up the fireplace. There's no fireplace. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Meat cleaver? What's that do? $11 p.m. Light the fireplace. 12 a.m. Pray over the body. Bow, clap, bow. Clap, bow, clap, bow. You were startled when you discovered that headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hang in the middle of the room and laughing. You're going to just escape. Because that sounds horrible. The body. It's missing. I got the prayer, though. Damn it. Wait, there were people here just a moment ago. Okay, then. There's a local legend about a heartbroken seamstress. One stormy night, she broke into a local inn and stitched the unsuspecting guests together. Her final, gruesome artwork. But that's just a legend. Right. I found you at last. This reminds me of one of my books. Hearing a shuffling coming from behind a wardrobe, you decide to push it out of the way. You discover a niche in the wall. Someone has put 3 dusty dolls in here. When you try to reach and grab one, however, they jump off and scatter around the room, giggling. Escape. Following a weak, wavery cry, you enter a dark room. Inside, you spot a figure hunched in the corner. You recognize the expensive clothes, but this thing can't possibly be human. Don't look at me! Gunny. Wonderful. Transformed by her greed. As the vigil is nearing its end, the whole mansion shakes more and more until the walls start to collapse, revealing the shocking truth about your whereabouts. Walls of the corridor collapse, revealing an alien landscape. You can taste blood in your mouth as the slimy appendages slowly get closer. A voice in your head tells you what to do. An unseen force leads your hands as you reach for a knife and stab a surprise guest. The price is paid. A voice booms in your head as everything gets dark. When you wake up, you find yourself lying on the wet grass, the old mansion nowhere to be seen. Standing next to you is a naked, bloated old man. You recognize the tattoo on the man's toe. It is your deceased grand-uncle. With a coarse voice, he explains the ritual. You try to keep up with him, but you're weak, and your head spins. The death toll must remain the same. To die, and to survive. You feel like vomiting as the old man who has cheated death disappears behind trees. Everything gets dark. The man who you thought was your uncle has cheated death, making you an accessory to murders. You know the police officers won't believe you when you tell them the truth, and do your best to forget the nightmares you left behind. Ending C. The friendly dog has disappeared last night. You will have to find a new place to buy equipment. Another day begins. Your neighbor has asked you to help her husband. Shiro-san has gone missing. She is worried it might be connected with the new fertilizer he ordered from Tokyo. What is he doing? And where is he? I'm going to prison. As you enter the school gym, you notice a strange black doll propped up against the wall. Against your better judgment, you approach the doll. What you see makes you gasp in horror. The doll isn't a doll. A sudden movement causes the tiny black spiders to flee, revealing a white, half-eaten corpse. Wonderful. With the trail growing cold, it might be time for a different approach. Could a similar case have occurred in the past? Cordyceps. Cordyceps. Isn't that what was in The Last of Us? Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says she can't find her mummy. Are you my mummy? Too bad I don't have a gas mask. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. Level up. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seats opposite you. It is marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate, an icy feeling settling into the pit of your stomach. You leave at the next station in a hurry, hoping to forget the package as soon as possible. Unseasonal floods have closed many of the roads. Oh, damn. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Cool. I actually succeeded. It's the only time I've succeeded on that one, actually. Every other time I've fallen and gotten hurt. You have a feeling that you're being watched, and when you hear a branch snapping, you quickly turn around. There is someone standing in the trees just a few meters away. Yeah, decomposing corpse. Beautiful. While you walk through the crowded space, someone bumps into you and quickly apologizes. They stole your wallet. You quickly grab their arm and they drop it before disappearing into the crowd. +5 experience. Finally, after what felt like hours of following the dirt road, you find the old mansion. It's completely overgrown with plants you've never seen before. In front of the mansion, there's a gardening company minivan filled with boxes. Slowly, you enter the building with caution. You stand in the middle of the room, when suddenly the floor gives up and you fall down to the basement. Falling through the hole in the floor, you find yourself in an overgrown basement. In the corner lies a man you recognize. It's Shiro-san, the missing gardener. You must help him escape this cursed place. The top of Shiro-san's head flies off, revealing his brain. Out of it, the fruiting body of a fungus. might be screwed, y'all. The fungus dies, and with it the gardener. With no body to grow from, you hope that's the end of it. You finally understood something. The plants weren't attacking you. They were protecting you from the unnatural form of life. Weakened, you stumble out of the mansion hoping to forget. Ending B. Oh, anatomy class. Local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green glow. Another day begins. I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found, and the apartment remained vacant. Ooh, 2 discharge summaries. Well, that was a waste of time. While taking an elevator, you get a terrible feeling as if something bad is about to happen. The elevator doors open, revealing a black mass of eyes and teeth pouring into the elevator, biting and suffocating you. Later, you wake up in a doctor's office. A nurse discovers you lying unconscious on the elevator floor. When the patient came home one morning, covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed, them mumbling something quietly as you pass by. Well, this is bullshit. as you prepare a bath. Fine. You know what this game really needs? Fucking healing items. Man sees you and tries to get in, screaming curses the whole time. A neighbor calls the police and the attacker escapes from your apartment building. Someone is standing in the shadow, watching your door. Your aunt had sent you a letter inviting you for a curious-sounding festival held every 27 years in a small village. But you don't like the sound of it. But your parents both agree you need a break from all the stress. Inside the letter there's a bus ticket. What's the worst thing that could happen, you ask yourself, as you board the bus? Just when you thought your stomach couldn't handle it anymore, the janky old bus stops at its destination. You get up and take a deep breath before looking around. It's a small village, and the nearby fields are surrounded by a thick forest. A fat man wearing dusty overalls approaches you. It's the inn owner who promised to pick you up. Following close behind him, your eyes are drawn to his hand, which are so deformed they resemble claws more than hands. Let's see, this I like. 'Cause this I can just heal for a bit. A weird sound wakes you. You step closer to the window and look out. You can't see anything and get ready to go back to bed when suddenly the moon comes from behind thick clouds. 3 hooded figures are standing at the forest edge. One by one they light their torches and disappear behind the trees. What was that about? They all wore strange masks. Should you follow them into the forest or try to find more information about the festival? No one answers when you knock at Professor Takeuchi's door. This is odd, since he's normally punctual about his appointments. The smell of blood tells you that something is wrong, and you quickly open the door and make your way inside. There's no sign of a professor, but the quantity of blood everywhere leaves little doubt as to what has happened. But how and why? You search the room but can't find anything. The sound of police sirens forces you to jump through a broken window, and you're injured. Let's heal just a bit. Going back to the inn, you overhear two masked villagers. They are talking about something awakening up at the next dawn. You wonder, what's up with that? You decide to block the entrance to your room with a nightstand. Festival is ending tomorrow, and you can't be too careful. Look for friends. Oh my god, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Look at him. You stumble into your friend Iwa. Hey, can you spare some time with me? Of course I can. Where is everybody? Trail of blood and sickly smelling sludge leads to an outskirt of the village. Somewhere in the dark forest, there's an answer waiting for you. Following the ghastly music, you'll find yourself in a forest. The sound is getting closer. I really can't afford to raise my doom level. I restored reason, y'all. It's so nice. You try to avoid mirrors, afraid of what could be waiting for you on the other side. Why are there mirrors in a forest? A sudden storm forces you to find shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the cave's walls. You recognize the strange symbols and connect them to the horrors plaguing your town. A parasitic organism burrows under the bark, undulating slowly. All nearby trees are connected underground. Their main branch leads east. You make a mental note to avoid the region. The sun is slowly rising as you get closer to the abandoned industrial building. Cautiously entering the factory, you can't help but notice the forest gets totally silent. You are not the only one trying to stop the ritual and save your friends. Special forces have raided the occult hideout, arresting the suspects. Led outside, the handcuffed cult leader suddenly stops. You are too late, they say in a raspy voice. Our Lord is free once more. Ending B. Later that day, after an interrogation, detectives let you go free. Festival guests are still missing to this day. You board the old bus, wondering what exactly happened out there. A weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. What's that? Probably just my imagination. One last investigation. 3 students disappeared in the process of making a documentary about local folklore and legends of the nearby forest. Now, on the first anniversary of the event, a suspicious man has started asking questions. He claims to be a private investigator hired by the parents of the students. Except the parents of your friends didn't hire him. Who is he, and what did the students discover out there? The investigation can wait. A hot bath is too inviting. Plus reason. Yay! You find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet in an old locked cabinet. When you remove the book's wrappings, you recoil in disgust. It is bound in human flesh. You may never know what's hidden inside the hideous book. But that's a good thing. The legends say the witch was buried alive for kidnapping and murdering 2 children. It points you in a specific direction, potentially saving you some time. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend moved away to another city. He left suddenly without even saying goodbye. In a recent letter, he apologized for the disappearance and asked you to remove the furniture from his flat, because he wants to sell it. In the envelope, you find a key to his apartment. You find another letter behind a wardrobe. It explains the reason your friend left was that these shadow people were stalking him. You shudder when you realize you haven't seen the moving company's truck driver's face. Cool. Let's go. Quick thinking, and I need stamina. Everyone in the village is unsettlingly friendly. An old farmer points you to an old stone. The missing group supposedly started their forest trip there. Yes, let's investigate this. Your reflection twists and shimmers when you're not looking at it directly. Goizo is getting closer. Looking back one last time, you continue deeper into the woods. Following a trail of rotten fruit, you stumble upon a small forest shrine. It's probably dedicated to some local spirit. The small statue looks alien and menacing. Kneeling by the shrine, you discover a small piece of paper tucked behind the statue. The rumored witch house seems empty. In the basement, however, you find a camera pointed at a large hole in the ground. On the table next to the camera, you see 3 cassettes, each titled after one of the missing friends. Then you hear a curious sound coming from the hole. You kneel down and lean forward to see what's inside. It takes a while to process what you are looking at. It's a gigantic eye, staring right at you. Hypnotized, you continue to lean in, feeling weaker and weaker as the gargantuan beast lures you in. At the very last moment, a suspicious tall man grabs you by the collar. He explains he is part of a cult protecting the house and the mysterious entity below it. You've got a bigger purpose than to die here, he says before knocking you out. You wake up a few hours later on a bus heading back to your town. Ending B. The whole town stopped receiving outside signal. It must be the radio mast failure. Well, that's all the investigations. Look at that. So, someone is standing in the shadow watching your door. Anyway, now that we have all of the investigations here, we can head to the Lighthouse. You finally made it inside the cursed Lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things. That whatever, or whoever, is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run as far as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision, and you can swear something is waiting for you inside of it. You decide to brave through the veil. You finally emerge a while later, safe. You can't, however, explain the blasphemous whispers you heard. Following the winding staircase, you're stopped by a metal gate. The tiny page nailed to the gate explains that opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your own body as a natural conductor, you will power the gate. You're about to grab the rods when you notice the dials and buttons. You toy with them a bit before adjusting both voltage and current, so it's safe for you to grab them. With a buzz, the gate opens. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone has been taking your photos. They focused on the enemies you fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't say precisely what. Your head starts to hurt. Is everything something you've just imagined? The photos suddenly disappear, so does the door, allowing you to continue. Climbing the winding staircase, you are stopped by a masked man in an expensive suit. The rules have changed, kiddo, he says, taking the jacket and mask off. Nothing personal, really. Can I escape from this? I cannot. Give up, kiddo. Give up. He's not hurting me. Just give up, kiddo. gained more reason. Following the winding staircase, your servant broke into your apartment, stole all your clues, newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, you discover you can't remember any of them, except one. Slip the title of a mystery you investigated as the second one. You rip the newspaper clipping of a case you seem to remember. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it, and with a pop, the gate opens. Ah, look at that. As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You have managed to stop the ritual awakening the eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe for now. 98% incoming doom. I was so close to failing. Alright, well hey. That was World of Horror. Old school point and click eldritch bullshit investigations. I really dig it. It's exactly my kind of shit. But hey, this is the last video for the Spooktacuganza, guys. It's the very last one. How do you feel about that? I feel a little sad, if I'm being honest. It's a little sad to see it be over, but you know what? All good things must come to an end. Well, not all good things, but you know what I mean. Anyway. Of course, we do have the closing video of the day again, which is just me talking, rambling, just like yesterday. But yeah, tell you what, if you guys have any suggestions or ideas for next year, please feel free to let me know. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, comments, ideas, anything for next year, please feel free to leave it in the comments and let me know. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for next year. Next year should be even better, because hopefully next year I'll have a bit more time to prepare, have everything pre-recorded, hopefully make sure I get all of the bugs and the problems worked out ahead of time. 2022 should have a fair few very promising horror games. Nothing like Lady Dimitrescu, unfortunately. I was going to play that one, and I tried to record it, but I had a problem with OBS. I actually did a 2-hour speed run of, I think it was it was like 3/4 of Castle Dimitrescu, and all of the Dollhouse, and running through Moreau's Reservoir. Not all of that one, though. For that one, I just did until he went, "I'm the best." The problem was it didn't actually record any of the video. OBS had crashed and had a thing where it had only recorded the audio, which, unfortunately, as I'm sure you know, I can't use. But that's kind of what happened with that. I might try that one again next year. I don't know. I might do that one for Christmas, too. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, that was the Halloween horror Spooktacuganza. And thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all so much for being here. It really means a lot. And hey, you know what? I hope you guys are here again next year. And I hope that you just have an amazing Halloween. Bye-bye for now.